Welcome to Bold Ventures TV, brought to you by OrgPR LLC and Seyfarth Shaw LLP. Tonight, Gene Creech hosts a technology roundtable with guests Ashish Bahl, Chairman and CEO of Acculink, and Tino Mantella, President of the Technology Association of Georgia.
Tell us what your perspective is, just very broad. What are you seeing as the CEO of an entrepreneurial company? And this is your third company.
Yeah, it is. And I think I couldn't have picked a better time to start a company, somewhat facetiously. But I think that the environment is doing a lot of interesting things. On a entrepreneurial company side, you have a great weeding out process. Any company that comes out of the last 18 months and it's standing on its feet, I think it's going to be a successful company. I think historically, at least in this geography, we've had lots and lots of companies. Many were really not deserving to be standalone companies. So we've had this cleansing process. And I think coming out of the cleansing process are going to be some very, very solid companies that we hope stay in Atlanta, continue to create jobs, and receive higher levels of financing. On the side of raising money, which I know is a very important topic, I think Atlanta venture is relatively dead. There's really not a lot going on in terms of the local market. I think a lot of the strategics that were once very strong here, they're trying to just get through the restructurings. The banks are reorging. People are just concerned: am I going to have a job? What's going to happen to my reporting structure? So a lot of the strategics have really pulled back.
Now, tell me specifically, when you say the strategics,
Sure.
Who are you talking about?
Sure. When I started my first company, Marsh McClellan put in a few million. First Data put in a few million. Wachovia put in a few million. Those companies that would have an inherent interest in the technology that I was looking to shepherd. And they're typically a very good source of early financing. So you have, the Atlanta VCs, not much of a player. The strategics effectively evaporated. And when those two events happen, it creates obviously natural challenges for the entrepreneurs. So I think there are two sources of finances when that occurs. One is the crowd in New York, Boston, and the West Coast. That crowd has historically not done a lot in Atlanta at the early stage because the early stage companies have not been mentored enough or not refined enough to have great patents and great technologies to play in the big market. So an investment from those three geographies at an early stage is more the exception than the rule. Where there has been traction has been a lot of high net worth individuals that have remained in Atlanta. If you own a house, if you have commercial real estate, if you're in the stock market and you're looking at your portfolio where it was 18 months ago, I mean, you're just holding your breath. And everyone's looking around the corner. If I have several residential real estate properties. What's their appreciation or rental potential? I have these commercial real estate deals. What's going to happen there? When's the shoe going to fall? So, ironically, as crazy as it sounds, for a lot of these folks, private equity deals, very importantly, in markets that they know. If you're an auto dealer and your business is going to the dogs, no one's buying cars, and you want to do something that involves maybe advertising, autos, or it's tangential but doesn't require a capital structure, something about it, you're willing to write an entrepreneur a $200,000 check to get that business going.
So are you seeing that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And in fact, I think what I've been telling a lot of folks is, if you can do an angel round with angels that have experience in the brick and mortar version of the technology you're trying to displace, and you put in a little bit of your own money, very important to show a level of commitment.
Skin in the game.
You could put the skin in the game, create the foundation, to then do the venture round. And I think that seems to be working. And in fact, in two of my businesses, that's how we've effectively gotten going. And I've also invested in some other opportunities, that have had that model. Now, it's very important to have a vertical focus, and for me, it's electronic payments, and as long as I stay in that space, I feel relatively comfortable that I know what I'm getting into.
That's real interesting to me because you're seeing a lot of creativity, that this recession is driving a lot of creativity around the funding process.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching Bold Ventures TV, which is the sister show to Bold Ventures Radio. Both are brought to you by OrgPR LLC and the law firm Seyfarth Shaw LLP. Each week, Gene Creech interviews interesting entrepreneurs from around the country. Every Wednesday night, you can tune into the live broadcast of Bold Ventures Radio at 16:20 a.m. or at www.americaswebradio.com. If you have a guest suggestion, send an email to gene@boldventuresprogram.com.